Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Some Girls, Season 1, Episode 6. So originally I was going to do a rundown review of Season 1, but I've already talked too much about a couple of these episodes in Season 1 because there's only 6 episodes, and so I decided if I was going to do a rundown review, it might as well be on the entire series. But I have to rewatch Season 2 and 3 just to get a better refresh in my memory, and like I had little bits and pieces here, but it gets kind of clouded with that of Dairy Girls because they're two very similar shows. And so in this episode, it is a Zaz centered episode. And I love myself some Zaz. And I love the actress who plays her. I cannot pronounce her name. It sounds like Mandeep or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. um, but anyways, but I like how she's the smart one and she's very clever and everything. However, she's the type of person that keeps a lot of stuff reserved inside her head and to the point where it just bursts out and it causes her to shout at people. And she will shout at anybody. And so like her little sister, because like okay, in this episode, Viva was like walking to school and she sees Mel. Now, Mel, of course, is the pregnant girl that they don't focus on for some, or not pregnant girl. She's the teen mom. That's better. She's the teen mom because she already had her baby. And they never focus on her, which they really should have because this is supposed to be a girl-centered show about the trials and tribulations of what girls go through in a hilarious, like, sitcom kind of way. Then she would have been perfect because a lot of these girls in the show are extremely horny and they get themselves some. And she could have been that whole, hey, this is why you don't get yourself some in high school because you end up with a baby. And so when it comes to Mel, so Viva's always giving her fruit in the morning. And Mel's always like, what is this? And she's like, it's fruit. And everything. She's like, well, I got fruit at home. She's like, yeah, but you don't eat it. Because see, Viva, she looks out for everybody that she's close with, that she actually likes. She is the ifto facto well, I just said this wasn't going to be no rundown review. Anyways. So Viva, Viva, she will look out for anybody, no matter what it is, but as long as you're her friend. If you ain't her friend, she will tell you off. And just like she did the girl in episode 5, the Charlie girl, because it was later revealed that Brandon is not the baby of Charlie. And so Viva just walked up to like Charlie, got in her face and all like, I am not scared of you. And then she just starts telling her off and everything about what a terrible person she is. And then of course when the girl insults her, she just keeps looking her dead in the eyes all like, not afraid of you. And this helps one of Charlie's friend who got kicked out of Charlie's group to stand up finally to Charlie, verbally and physically and everything. And so yeah, she basically had like a Will Smith moment and everything when she started smacking her around. And so Viva is that ifto facto like leader who will look out for people and help people be a better person, like the like have more strength when they need it and stuff. So and she wants to help Zaz out and everything because Zaz. See, the thing about Zaz is that she's extremely smart and extremely nerdy, but she's also extremely gorgeous, and no guy will want her. And she cannot find a guy to save her life. And so, in one episode, she got some dude who's probably like 5 years younger than her. He's like literally 10 years old, the crush on her. And he gave her his mom's like necklace or something like that. But she can't find a dude to save her life. And so she desperately wants not only a boyfriend, but she is tired of being a virgin. And this is something a lot of teenagers, for some bizarre reason, want to give up. I don't know why. Y'all need to keep y'all legs closed. Seriously, there are STDs and there are babies around. Y'all don't need none of that. And so, but because she thinks she's the only one left in school who hasn't done it, and she's like, all of y'all have done it, and she's tired of like hearing about it, and she just wants to know, like, just to get it over with, so she won't have to be like the only person, the odd person out. And so So Viva is gonna help her the best way she can and everything. And so, and like I said before, like Zaz, like, you know, 'cause I didn't finish this part. Zaz like has so much pent up energy and everything and frustration that she blurts it out and shouts at people. In the first episode, she shouted at a guy who literally opened the door for her and everything. Now, when it came to her little sister, Viva explained how, like, you know, Viva is like the oldest in her family, and when it comes to kids, Holly is the oldest, who has to help take care of her little brothers and sisters because her mom works all the time and dad is locked up. And so Amber is like the baby one of the family, and but Zaz is, she's not the middle child, but she's the second oldest, and there are two others after her, and the youngest literally just coughed like a and Zaz turns to her and is like, "Oh, shut up, you!" And she called her like the B word and everything to a little girl. So she's really pent up and frustrated and stuff. And Zaz literally doesn't understand why nobody likes her. And the girls tell her, you know, you're just too smart. We figured you didn't want a boyfriend. Like, all you do is like talk about how much you love math, because Zaz like loves math and everything. And she loves school and making good grades and stuff. So she's one of those really, really focused people who I guess don't have time for dating, and people assume she's a stiff who doesn't want to date. And that's normally like how you see a lot of people like who are like that. You see them. I remember when I was in college, there were these three dudes constantly studying and everything, but two of them made time to like get girlfriends. The other two, not so much. And they became very socially awkward, nerdy people, all of them. And that's kind of how people are who are like that. So that's how Zaz is. She is socially awkward. So when they're playing soccer, which is technically football over there, she like, well, they lost, of course, like they always do. And so they're like, well, there's a guy, don't you think he's cute? Like, yeah. I'm like, why don't you go talk to him? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him and everything. And when she goes over there to talk to him, oh, she crashes and burns. She doesn't know how to flirt. She doesn't know how to tell a joke. She can't do anything. And they just think she's weird and they walk off. So this really upsets her and everything, which causes her to shout at people more. And so then she's all like, well, you know, there is this one guy she likes. He's always like waiting for the bus and he's always reading. And, you know, I think he's like really cute. So like, all right, fine. And we're going to like hook you up with him and everything. And they know that Rocky knows him. Now, Rocky is the person I've never mentioned in this show. Rocky is Viva's, I don't know if we really call him an ex. Like, one episode I never reviewed is that he was into her. Now, Rocky is kind of like one of those smooth talking guys. He has a very unique way of how he talks. He's always like, yo, what up, Viva? Like the Viva Cleaver. What up, badges? Like, he calls her badges because she always has like badges on her vest because she's always in so many programs and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, my name's Rocky and the girls, they love me. Like, he talks like that and stuff like that. And he's like, what? Like this stuff. So he's like one of those like smooth talking type, like fast talking dudes and stuff. But he's very dumb. Kind of like Amber. And so that's what she doesn't really not like about him. And he found out. He's all like, well, I'll just go find a dumb girl because I'm dumb. And so he kind of doesn't really want nothing to do with her no more. He's kind of like pissed, but he's kind of like playing it cool where it's kind of like he still wants her, but he's pretending not to want her. And this is really driving her nuts. And so like he just basically makes fun of her in front of like all these little kids he's helped teaching and stuff. And so he's all like, nah, I ain't gonna take nothing about that dude. And so, but Zaz decides she's gonna go talk to this guy anyway with the persuasion of like the other girls. And she crashes and she burns big time to where she scares this dude to where she shouts at him and everything. Cause she's all like, I forgot, it's something she had to eat. Like, I think like French fries, probably what they call chips over there. She's like, take a chip and everything. And he's all like, I don't really want one. She's like, take it. And he just gets scared. He's a super nerd like himself, you know? And so she's literally scaring the piss out this dude. So it's just not working. And I think she tells him like to meet her like in this like restaurant or something like that if he wants to talk more or some crap like that. And so when they're at that restaurant where they're always eating at, they're talking and they're talking about their like sex lives and everything. And Zaz is just talking about like, I just want to like give it up and everything, and it's just like all of y'all and everything. And the other girls finally decided they're gonna come clean and confess. See, the only girl who has ever done it is that of Amber, and of course she does it with Brandon. And but Viva lied about the guy she was with, and even made the guy up. And as for Amber, all Amber ever does is makes out with guys, and that's it. But they don't go no further than that. And so like so she's a little relieved, but still she wants some. And then at some point in time, she turns around and all you see is mascara falling down her face and tears talking about why does everybody hate me and everything. And it's so sad. And then like so because she's sad, she just sad. And so like Rocky comes in, he's all like, finally, he's all like, okay, this dude likes this and he likes that and blah, 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 blah. See, what Rocky is doing is that he's, like I said before, he made it seem like he doesn't want nothing to do with Viva. He ain't gonna help the girls out. But by doing this nice gesture of helping Zaz out, it's supposed to make Viva like him. And so it works. And she's starting to get that kind of tingling feeling when she sees him and everything. And so, like, at some point in time, the dude does go and talk to her, and they set up like a date. Now, Viva's dad and his girlfriend are supposed to be out for the night, and her brother wants to throw a party, but she ruined it for him by spilling the beans and everything. But she's decided she's gonna have a Zaz sex party. She plans on getting Zaz laid in her place. So being Viva had to like, be the one to take care of everybody. She sets the mood and everything in the room. She cleans her room. She puts flower petals on the bed. She has like these candles, this type of like slow playing music and everything. And Viva's just like all in heaven. It's like, oh, this is perfect for Zaz's first time. But then her brother spoils it by bringing two of his friends on. He's all like, look, we hanging here and that's it. And it's like, fine, but we're going to do our thing here and you do your thing separately. Well, things get kind of out of hand. Actually, let me take a pause and talk about Amber, because Amber did something really funny. So Amber, you know how Amber's always like running back and forth to Brandon. When she thought that Brandon got that girl pregnant, she still tried to get with him to like dump him or dump her and be with me and everything. Like literally trying to take him away from his baby mama. But then Charlie's friend got kicked out of the group, went into Viva's group and spilt the beans and everything. But that didn't last long because Charlie's friend is a butthole and was mean to Zaz, so they kicked her out and stuff. And so now that Brandon's back to being a single dude and everything, Amber's all like, oh, he wants to return my pen back to me. And so he has to find me and everything. So basically, they're just going to do it. So when V was talking to Mel and everything, she hears a lot of banging going on in the children's park. And inside the little children's playhouse is Brandon and Amber. And Amber does something that is so disgusting. See, like Amber once said, Amber, like I said, Amber's dumb as rocks, like literally dumb. Like one time she was at a party and she was whacking Brandon off and she's all like, oh, my wrist hurt. I've been doing it for an hour and a half because he's so drunk. And she's all like, well, one of y'all take over for me. So she asked Mel for like a baby wipe. Now Mel, like I said before, Mel is a single teen mom who's always trying to sell her stuff for like money because she doesn't have money, and she's talking about how wipes cost like a load of money and she only has one left. And before she can give it to Amber, Lord have mercy, Viva asked, what's that in your hand? And Viva's all like, see, they have a different word for it. We call it jizz or cum, and they call it something completely different over there. They call it spank and everything. Like his or wank. Because sometimes I don't know, because it's hard to understand their accent. Sometimes they say wanky or spanky, so I don't know which one it is. And then Amber's all like, oh yeah, it's been a long time since he, let loose and everything. It was like a entire water bottle in my hand. Lord have mercy. I don't even know if I'm gonna spoil this part for y'all, because this is something y'all have to experience for yourself when you watch it. Now it's on the Roku channel app and it's 100% free. I think it's also on Amazon Prime. Let's just say Amber does something that is so gross, so disgusting, but it's so hilarious. And I have never seen this in any TV show or any movie, rated R or whatever. Like literally, like the stuff they get away with on British television is insane. And this is a teen show. You will never see that in America or even Canada. But what she does is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Now I will talk about what she does in the rundown review, but I have to watch the other 2 seasons. So anyway, back to the party. Brandon ends up, not Brandon, but somebody ends up inviting a bunch of dudes over. So now it's a party, and this is not what Viva wanted. But in a way, Zaz and her dude, they do start talking on the couch and everything. And they start talking, he talks about how he likes to read. She says she hates to read. She talks about how she loves math and making good grade. And he talks about like school stuff. And then they start making out in a very, 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 very horny way, no matter who's walking around. And so Viva knows her party's getting a little too out of hand. So she decides who should they call to break this up. She wants to call Rocky. Amber wants to call Brandon. Well, they go back and forth, and we see Rocky breaking everything up, making everybody go home. And so, like, at some point in time, it cuts from that to Viva's dad coming home. And when he comes home, he comes to a sex house. Yes, sadly, they made teens do it on this show. I get tired when they make teenagers do it. They need to teach the lesson. A teenager should never do that stuff. So he comes home to a sex house. He walks in on Zaz. Zaz is completely bare. Well, okay, she took her shirt off, but she has a bra on. And she's riding that dude and taking her shirt and whipping it in the air like a cowgirl and everything. He is stunned and just like leaves out that room. Then we get Brandon and Amber doing it hard, and he walks in on that. Then he walks in on Viva, and just laying in the bed next to Rocky, kissing him, and under the covers, and she's like, ah! And she covers her head, and then Rocky's all like, oh, you must be Viva's dad. Hey, how you doing? Good stuff. He's like, oh, hey, and then Miss Hitchcock, he knows her and everything. So then he starts talking to her. Boy, her dad is pissed. He don't say nothing, but it's the look in his face, those beady eyes and everything. Then the closet door busts open. It's Amber and Viva's brother making out. Like, what the world? So then Miss Hitchcock, she just takes like Viva's dad by the hand and just like they just walk out. Because Miss Hitchcock's just gonna let them do whatever they want because she understands that they feel like they're ready. Nobody, in my opinion, nobody is ready as a teenager. I don't care. You wait till adult age because when you screw up, you gotta deal with the consequences and stuff. And Viva dad just lets this happen and stuff. I guess he figured that my daughter has now become a woman and everything. And everybody resumed back to what they was doing. So I wish this could have been a better teaching lesson for young people not to do this crap. But sadly, you know, they don't. But this was like a hilarious episode. And it's something that, like I said before, a lot of people go through and stuff. You know, cause, you know, rather they're in college or rather they're in high school, even if they're out of college, like people go through this crap where it's kind of like people are getting tired of getting looked over and they want to know what's wrong with them and, you know, and they don't understand why they can't find nobody, like true love type thing. And it really sucks and it's really sad. It happens to a lot of people. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.